Hello, my name is Leah Sugarman. Welcome to your core strengthening practice. Begin lying down on your back. So just start in a comfortable laying position. Find a really relaxed shavasana. Relax your legs, relax your arms. If you want to, you can even close your eyes. Just take a moment to connect to the center of your being. Feel the movement of your breath flowing through your body and just pay attention to how your core rises and falls with each breath. Set a really slow and steady rhythm to your breath, and then strive to keep this rhythm consistent as you move through your practice. So even when things perhaps start to get challenging for your body, see if you can maintain this smooth, steady rhythm of breath. And once you feel really connected to that, you can flutter open your eyes if you've closed them. Bend your knees and plant your feet onto the floor, and then interlace your fingers behind the back of your head and relax the weight of your arms down. Relax the weight of your head into this little cradle that you're creating with your hands. Bring your feet to touch and draw your shins parallel to the floor. So draw your knees just above your hips and squeeze your legs toward each other. Activate your feet. Kick out through your heels and then press out through the balls of your feet and spread your toes. Actively press your lower back down into the floor so you already start to feel your core turn on. Imagine that you're wearing a corset and tighten it in around your waistline. Three-dimensionally hug in around your belly button. Now here, take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly tap your right toes down to the floor. Inhale, draw your leg back up. And then exhale, tap your left toes down to the floor. Inhale, draw your leg back up. Exhale, tap your right foot down. And just continue moving like this. Follow your own rhythm of breath. Continue to press your lower back down into the floor even as you move your legs. And you have the option to continue just as you are, or if you would like to, you can lift your head and chest up off the floor, relax the weight of your head down into your arms, but keep your head lifted. Keep your arms lifted. So let your neck become neutral and relaxed. Maybe gaze up toward the ceiling and continue to just tap one foot down at a time. Maintaining that activation throughout your core. Keep your belly drawing in and your lower back pressing into the floor. Come back to that rhythm of your breath and notice if it's changed at all. Strive to keep it as consistent as possible. Take one more tap down with each foot. And then return to your neutral position. Draw your shins parallel to the floor. If your head is not yet lifted, lift it now. Draw your shoulder blades roughly up away from the mat. Activate your legs strongly. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, turn your torso to draw your right elbow towards your left knee. And at the same time, straighten and extend your right leg out long. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, twist and turn in the opposite direction. Draw your left elbow towards your right knee and straighten your left leg out long. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist toward the left. Straighten your right leg out long. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist toward the right. Straighten your left leg out. Inhale, come back to center and just continue flowing. Follow your own rhythm of breath. Press your lower back down into the floor. And let your breath guide the motions. Strive to maintain that same steady rhythm that you set earlier in your practice. Now, even as you start to build some heat within your core, can you keep your breath the same? Take one more crunch in each direction. And then slowly release the weight of your head and neck down to the floor. Slowly relax your feet down to the floor. Continue to keep your fingers interlaced behind the back of your head and press the weight of your head down into your arms. And then from here, stretch and extend both legs straight up toward the sky. You're welcome to keep your knees bent as much as you'd like to, but squeeze your legs together, kick out through your heels and press up through the balls of your feet, spread your toes. Activate your core once again, draw your lower back down to the floor, three-dimensionally hug in around your whole waistline. Soften the weight of your shoulders, relax your neck. Take a deep inhale, and as you exhale, slowly lower your right leg to come down toward the floor, and you get to decide how low you'd like to lower that leg. Maybe just hover above the mat, maybe stay up higher. Find the place where you can keep that connection with your lower back on the floor. And then slowly draw your right leg back up, squeeze your legs together, and then switch sides. Lower your left leg down to hover above the floor. So maybe you stop halfway down, maybe you go a little bit lower, maybe you hover just about a centimeter above the mat. You decide. And then slowly draw your leg back up and switch sides again. Lower your right leg down, draw your right leg back up, lower your left leg down, draw your left leg back up. So again, you could continue just like this. Follow your breath, let your breath guide the motions. Or if you'd like to, again, you could lift your head and chest up away from the floor. Keep your neck neutral, look up toward the ceiling as you flow through these movements. So keep your core strong and active the whole time. Draw in around your belly, press your lower back down into the floor, and only lower your leg as much as you can. Keep that connection between your lower back and the mat. Find that rhythm in your breath, that smooth, slow, steady beat. And let your breath really be the metronome of your practice. Take one more breath with each leg. And then when you finish, bend into both knees, draw them into your chest, relax the weight of your head down if you lifted it, and gently sway your hips from side to side. From here, catch a hold behind your knees and slowly rock and roll along the length of your spine, rocking and rolling back and forth as you massage your whole back body. And start to gain a little bit of momentum, start to gain some speed, so that eventually you can rise up into a seat. So ground down into your sitting bones, squeeze your legs toward each other, root down against the floor, and lift up tall through the crown of your head. Roll your shoulders down your back, hug your shoulder blades toward each other, and puff up your chest, lift it forward towards your thighs. Activate your legs, flex your ankles, spread your toes. Keep this lift through your whole back body, and on an inhale, float your right foot off the floor, draw your shin roughly parallel to the mat. Exhale, slowly release it back down. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, release it back down. So again, continue to flow. Follow your own rhythm of breath. Lift one leg at a time. Continue to squeeze your legs together the whole time. You have the option to stay here, or if you'd like to, you could lean your weight back slightly, an option to lift both legs simultaneously. Squeeze your legs toward each other, ground down into your sitting bones, and lift up tall through the crown of your head. Soften your shoulders, expand your chest. Option to stay here, or option to release your hands and stretch them forward toward your toes. Again, keep that lift through your back body. Option to stay here, or option to inhale as you slowly lower your whole body down to hover above the floor, straighten your legs, and then exhale, slowly rise back up into your boat shape. Bend your knees, lift your spine. Inhale, lower to hover above the floor, stretch your legs out, round your back body. Exhale, rise to hover above the floor, bend your knees, lift your spine. Wherever you choose to be, follow the rhythm of your breath. Can you keep that same steady rhythm that you set earlier? So remember, you could always stay lifting one foot at a time. You could stay holding in boat pose, or you could lower to this half boat position as you rise up to boat. So find the place that feels the best for you today. Find a place that feels sustainable, but also challenging. And wherever you are, take one more breath. And as you exhale, release both feet to the floor. If they're not there already, give yourself a hug as you round your back body. Release your chin toward your chest. Take a moment to let your core just soften and relax. Soften and relax your breath. On your next inhale, slowly lift your head and chest. Cross your ankles and roll forward onto all fours. Find a neutral tabletop position. Stack your shoulders roughly over your wrists. Stack your hips roughly over your knees. And on an inhale, reach and extend your right leg back behind you. Activate your legs strongly. Shift your weight into your right hand, hug in around your belly, and sweep and extend your left arm forward in front of you. Reach out through your left fingertips as you kick back through your right toes. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, draw your elbow and your knee toward each other and round your whole back body. Draw your shoulder blades apart. Inhale, reach and extend your arm and your leg out and away from each other. Exhale, draw your elbow and your knee toward each other. Round your back body, crunch in around your belly. Inhale, reach and extend straight back out. Exhale, draw elbow to knee. Round your spine. Inhale. Lengthen and extend out. Softly release your hand and your knee back down to the floor. Restore your neutral tabletop position. Lengthen your spine. And this time, inhale, reach your left leg back behind you. Ground down into your left hand so that you can reach and extend your right arm forward in front of you. Lengthen from toe tips to fingertips. Inhale deeply. And as you exhale, draw your elbow and your knee toward each other. Round your back body as you curl in on yourself. Inhale, lengthen and extend back out. Exhale, draw elbow to knee, round and curl through your spine. Inhale, reach and extend out. Exhale, draw elbow to knee, round your back body, draw your shoulder blades apart, hug your navel in and up. Inhale, reach and extend back out. Exhale, soften your hand and your knee to the floor. Walk your palms forward about one hand's distance. Spread your fingers wide, tuck your toes underneath, and then lift your knees and send your hips up high into downward facing dog. Option to bend your knees as much as you'd like here. Root firmly into your palms and lift up out of your spine. Send your sit bones toward the sky. Take a moment to reestablish your breath. Stabilize its rhythm. Reconnect with that rhythm you set earlier. And then on your next inhale, sweep and extend your right leg up toward the sky. Square your hips to the floor, so inwardly spiral your thigh bone. Point your toes down to the mat. Hug in around your belly, root firmly against your palms, and use the strength of your core to lift your leg like a centimeter higher, just a drop. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, draw your knee in toward your nose as you shift your weight forward into plank and stack your shoulders over your wrists. Option to lower your left knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep and extend your right leg back up toward the sky. Exhale, draw your knee in toward your nose, round your back body, shift your weight forward. Inhale, sweep your right leg high. Exhale, draw your knee in toward your nose, round your back body, root firmly against your palms. Take a deep inhale, hug in around your belly, look forward, and step your right foot forward between your hands. Pivot on your back foot, release your heel down to the floor, and turn your toes to point toward the long edge of your mat. Ground down firmly into both feet, and then inhale to windmill open your arms into a T shape. Bend your front knee deeply. Stack your shoulders over your hips, elongate your spine, and then interlace your fingers behind the back of your head. Grow tall through your back body. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, draw your right elbow towards your right knee as you crunch into the right side body. Inhale, draw yourself back up to neutral. Exhale, bend and crunch toward your right. Inhale, come back up to neutral. Exhale, draw your right elbow towards your right knee. Crunch in on your right side body. And pause for a moment here. Hold this in a stable position. Find the rhythm of your breath. Take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, slowly release your hands down. Frame out your front foot. Step back into a high plank position. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Option to lower your right knee to the floor as you roll on, or keep it lifted and roll onto the pinky side of your right foot. Roll onto the big toe side of your left foot. Option to keep your legs staggered, or stack your left foot over your right. Ground down into your right hand, press the floor away, and sweep and extend your left arm to the sky. Stabilize your breath. Take a deep inhale here, and a long exhale. Inhale again, option to stay as you are, or exhale, option to draw your elbow and your knee toward each other. Left elbow and left knee toward each other. Inhale to extend back out. Exhale, release your left hand and your left foot back down to the floor. Send your hips up high, back into downward facing dog. Elongate your whole back body. Option to bend your knees. Root firmly against the floor. Hug in firmly around your center. Take a moment. Reestablish your breath. On your next inhale, sweep your left leg to the sky. Inwardly spiral your thigh bone. Point your toes directly to the mat. Root firmly against your palms. Corset in around your waistline. And then use the strength of your core to lift your leg a millimeter higher, just a drop. Inhale deeply here. And as you exhale, draw your left knee towards your nose as you shift your weight forward and stack your shoulders over your wrists. Round your back body. Option to lower your right knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep your left leg back up high to the sky. Exhale, draw your knee in toward your nose. Round your back body, shift forward toward plank. Inhale, sweep your left leg high. Exhale, draw your knee toward your nose. Round your spine. Press firmly against the floor, hug in around your belly, look forward, and step your left foot directly between your hands. Spin your back heel down to the mat, point your toes to face the long edge of it, root firmly against both feet, and windmill your arms open into a T shape in a warrior two position. Bend your front knee deeply, align your shoulders over your hips. From here, interlace your fingers behind the back of your head, and grow tall through your spine as you inhale. Exhale, draw your left elbow toward your left knee, crunch in on your left side body. Inhale, draw your torso back up to neutral. Exhale, crunch and lean toward the left. Inhale, come back up to neutral. Exhale, crunch and lean toward the left. This time, hold it here. Hug in around your belly. Feel the activation through your left side body, as well as your right side body holding you up against the downward pull of gravity. Find the rhythm of your breath. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands down, frame out your front foot, step back into a high plank position. Option to lower your left knee to the floor, or keep it lifted and roll to the pinky side of your left foot. Roll to the big toe side of your right foot. Option to stagger your legs or stack your right foot over your left. Press the floor away and inhale, reach your right arm up toward the sky. Stabilize your breath. Ground down into everything that's making contact with the floor to lift your hips a little bit higher. Option to stay exactly as you are or inhale deeply. And exhale, draw your right elbow and your right knee toward each other. Crunch into the center, into the right side of your body. Inhale, lengthen and extend back out. And exhale, release your right hand and your right foot to the floor. Lift your hips up high. into downward facing dog. Find a neutral position of down dog that feels good in your body. And then on your next inhale, roll your weight forward into plank. Soften your knees to the floor and slowly release your whole body down to the mat. Untuck your toes, press the tops of your feet firmly into the floor. Roll your shoulders down your back, hug your shoulder blades together, and inhale, peel your heart forward and up. Option to rise as high as you'd like. Maybe you'd even like to press down into your palms to lift a little bit higher and lengthen the muscles on the front side of your body. Lengthen your abdominals. Inhale deeply. Exhale, slowly release back down to the floor. And in any way that's comfortable for you, simply roll over onto your back. Bend into both of your knees and plant your feet flat against the floor, roughly hip distance apart. Release your arms by your sides and bend your elbows, point your fingers up toward the sky. Root firmly against your feet, root firmly against your elbows, and inhale, lift your hips high up off the mat, send them up toward the ceiling. Option to stay here or option to wiggle one shoulder underneath at a time and then either hold a towel or a strap or interlace your fingers behind your back. Broaden your chest, expand and open through your whole core as you lift your hips even higher toward the sky. Again, stabilize your breath. Find that steady rhythm that you set earlier. Take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, release your arms if they're behind you and slowly lower down to the floor. Reach and extend your legs forward in front of you. Let your heels turn in, allow your toes to flap out. Let your legs relax completely. Soften your arms by your sides. Maybe let your palms turn up toward the sky. If you'd like to, close your eyes. Bring your awareness back to the center of your being, the seat of your core. And just notice any changes that may have arisen here. Notice any differences between now and the beginning of your practice. And then give yourself permission to completely soften and relax here now. Find gratitude for all the new strength you've created. And allow yourself to fully surrender into this restful shape. Feel free to stay here for as long as you would like. Thank you so much for sharing your practice.